everybody. How's everybody doing? D's for Danger. We're here live on Knights of the Dragon with another great video. We got a very special guest with us today, but first I want to introduce myself, Drew Danger. You got Lady Laura and you got Rican Ranger. And our special guest is the master himself, one of the greatest martial artists I've ever known in my life. My brother, my friend, my uncle. We go down the street together. We do it all. OG Silverback, the legend, the man, the myth himself.
Man.
Himself, OG.
Got around.
Triple OG.
OG Silverback here. Today, guys, I have the exact pleasure to join my cast and friends, and we're going to be talking about Power Rangers and martial arts and how we can bring it to the present, because the youngsters need to learn how to protect themselves and how to have high morals. Hey, guys, thanks for having me on the show.
No problem. Glad to have you here.
Well, let's jump right into it since you're on it. I mean, OG, if you haven't studied the resume, definitely subscribe to the channel. Get with the OG of everything you got going on over there. This is the link. Welcome to Knights of the Dragon. This is basically the JDF spin-off show where we talk about martial arts, and we try to legitimize the culture within Power Rangers. So OG, basically, where do you think the brand is lacking? What's necessary? What would you like to see happen as far as like a full reboot or any type of new energy in the franchise? Are you a fan? Did you follow the show? Where you at with it as far as Power Rangers and that culture?
Yeah, hey, I just want to be transparent with you guys. Like, I'm a nerd, but I'm not a super nerd, but I followed the show. I really like the Power Rangers because of the principles that they would expound to the kids through their different scenes in the martial arts. But what really turned me on the Power Rangers really deep is when Drew was hanging out with the green dude. What was his name, Drew?
Jason David Frank.
Jason David Frank. And then I was asking Drew, hey, I was at Comic-Con. I was at Jason David Frank. Oh, yeah, the Power Rangers. So then Drew sent me his whole history background, and I studied it because I'm a student of knowledge. And I seen this dude was a respectable martial artist, so that really got me drawn in. So I want to share with you, I want to answer your question, Rican. What I see is with the first Conan the Barbarian, and I think Drew's a historian. So this is what happened. The first Conan the Barbarian, they got Arnold Schwarzenegger, which is one of my idols. My idols, Bruce Lee and Arnold. Right. And they said, hey, we want you to play this barbarian. And it was really good, the first one, but it was rated PG. I don't know if you knew this, Drew.
The second one was PG. The first one was R.
Okay, the first one was R. Yeah, the second one was PG. So they wanted Arnold to come back. And I don't know if you told me this, Drew. I researched it. Just to answer your question, Rican. Arnold says, nah, man. Conan's a savage barbarian. It's got to be R-rated. And I know you want a PG to reach more of the kids, but it's got to be R-rated because it's got to be more realistic. So to answer your question, where I see the Power Rangers, I think during their seasons it was good for the kids. But now all those kids are adults, right? And we realized the real world through violence and crime and broken relationships and all this kind of stuff. So there's a reality that I want to see the Power Rangers bring more to the forefront. And that's why I was talking about Scott Adkins, man.
Yeah.
And Michael J. White.
Right.
When you watch their movies, dude, this is some reality factor in there. So kids, this is my opinion, Laura and everybody. I don't know if you have kids. I have kids. I've always told my kids the truth, and I will argue with my wives. Oh, why are you telling them there's no Santa Claus? And why are you telling them there's no tooth? Because these is my kids. I'm an East Coast dude, Rican. I want my kids to grow up knowing the truth. Now, if you want to celebrate Christmas, it's okay, but Daddy's Santa Claus. Right. You want to take your tooth out? I'm the tooth fairy. You're gonna know the truth. And I think with the Power Rangers, if you ask me, when you reboot it, you make it current. I want to see it more like some savage stuff. And there's this movie over here in the Philippines called Voltec 5. You might want to research that. Definitely. And they do some hard. Hey, Drew, you should see Voltec 5, man.
I'm writing it down.
They do some hardcore martial arts stuff over here. So to answer your question,
real quick,
I'd like to see them
do Scott Adkins, right? You're a fan. Ninja, if you're familiar with the series, Ninja, the guy who makes the power coins and the Ninjetti. I'm a Rise of the Ninjetti dude. That's the name of the movie. If you've seen the 95 movie, OG, when they put the ninja suits on and they got the diamonds on, you know, on the sheets, on the bed sheets, I'm trying to take a piece of the movie and reboot the universe from there. So Scott Adkins is perfect for Ninjor. And then it's ancient rangers in a time of like knights and old dinosaurs, spirit animals, sacred animals, elemental powers. It's some cool shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Michael J. White would be perfect as Dark Griffin. I have Silver Griffin. JDF's wife, she can come in as Pegasus. I have armors ready to go. You know, I have it already kind of 60% where it needs to be. It's now we got to put the people in place, get the, you know, bring the OGs out, see who wants to play what, who's interested in what. The conversations have to be had. So it's great.
Hey, Ricky, so you more like a playwright, like you actually write the whole script and the
characters? Because I feel like without the solid storyline and the right canon, and then you put the right martial arts in it like it's supposed to have, it's gonna go, and it can marvel the MCU and the 10 movies, and it can rock for 10 years and make people a lot of money and feed a lot of families and keep a lot of people out of the street, all just Power Rangers.
See, I'm all about that, man, because you know the Rocky story. Rocky wrote his own playwright.
Yeah, and Rocky is from Bayonne. Originally from Bayonne, where I grew up in Jersey. Actually,
that's
the
what
Bayonne Bleeder, right, which was Chuck Wepner, is from my hometown. So it's
Chuck
a personal connection with Rocky. I have a whole bunch of Rocky gear. My dad's a Rocky nut, Bruce Lee nut. I come from Star Wars. Then my era was Rangers, Turtles, Street Sharks, VR Troopers. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. And I feel like we never really got it. And before I go, I want to give it to them right. So I want to bring out the best. Best of the Best is one of my great movies. So it's like I want to talk with Drew about those type of movies and bring back the real honorable martial arts culture films that can't be forgotten and pass that on to the next things we make, basically.
Hey, if you don't mind, maybe after this, I don't know if this is called a podcast or a stream or whatever, but can you collaborate with Drew and send me the name of the movies and maybe to Laura? I don't know. Laura, have you seen these movies he's talking about?
I've seen all of them, so yeah.
Laura, have you seen it? Okay, so me and Laura, so can you collaborate with Drew? Drew knows just make a list of the movies and then send them like in my chat or my email, and I'm going to research them, man.
I feel like I'd be good at casting too. I know what to look for because I'm the one writing it. I'm kind of like a Zack Snyder. I'm trying to be the next George Lucas. Me and Drew got a little Russo brothers, Wachowski brother thing going on. I think we can do some damage behind the scene with the right fight team, the right stunt people, the right OGs, and you know we get the bags right, and then the industry can't touch it either. It's all independent.
Let me say this to you, Regan, and this is important for you, Laura. So Regan was called a visionary. So he's got a vision. And earlier you said to me, Laura, you said, "Oh, the martial arts, the travel thing's far off." Nothing's far off. You know, if you got a vision and you believe in it enough, and you start moving towards your vision, things happen. Because life is like this. If you want something bad enough, you start moving toward the universal. It's the law of attraction. And this is not some airy fairy stuff. I live it. Drew knows my story. So what you're saying, Regan, you could be like the next Sylvester Stallone, or what's that mixed dude's name from Fast and Furious?
Vin Diesel.
Hey, you know, Vince Diesel, he made himself famous. He did his own documentary telling the problems he was having. So, Regan, you got a good thing. You just got to feed it, man. Feed that energy. And
Definitely.
This is for Laura to see, because now we can all be a part of it. So we talking today, but who knows, man? Maybe in a year from now, we can make this.
Hey, I got armor for you too. When you're ready, I'll armor you up to mañana, bro. I'm with it, you know. I got armors in the cut. I'm the dude. I'm Iron Man. I'm Tony Stark. You know, I'll pull him out the wall. Like, what we doing today, bro? You know what I mean? You know, which one you wearing today, OG? What we doing? You know, I'm already 3 suits deep, bro. I'm nuts. You know
That's what I'm talking about.
That's why I stay to myself when I keep my blunt in my mouth. I mind my business. Out now, you know, I do a little music. I make beats. I mind my business, bro.
You do music too, man? You do music too?
Yeah. A little bit of everything.
Music for the movies and stuff too.
I want to win a Grammy and an Oscar at the same time, bro. Change the game. No one's ever done it. No one's ever done it. Soundtrack, what's the closest? The last Fast and Furious movie, the first one? That had the best soundtrack with the flick. Think about it. Who got that trophy? I'm clean. Rican wants it. I want a Grammy and an Oscar at the same damn time. For the soundtrack.
You hear that, Drew? You hear that?
I hear it.
That's easy. And I want to just for my kids could be like, look, and just so they can have it and hold it. I don't even care about the money, OG. On God. On my son, bro. Just so he can reach out in the world and know he can manipulate it at his will as long as he's right with God upstairs.
And see, that's the point I'm trying to give to Laura, because Laura, you have a good spirit. I can tell you're a good person. You're full of love and respect, but you got to have a belief in the law of attraction. And Drew will tell you, man, Drew knows my story. Hey, I moved to Vegas. I ain't know nobody.
Yeah.
Then I'm doing movies. The only reason I stopped, I came to the Philippines they were going to shoot some movies here. Let me tell you what happened, Drew, and you can Google it. The producer, my movie producers, they started doing movies with 50 Cent and Mel Gibson. It's called the new movie that just came out with 50 Cent and Mel Gibson. What is it called?
Was it the Expendable one?
No, it's a brand new one that came out.
Okay.
So anyway, Drew, they were supposed to shoot movies over here, like some barbarian movies, right? So I come over here first, and then my producer goes, hey, OG, we're going to put that off until 2025 because now we're doing a movie with 50 Cent and Mel Gibson. And I forget the name of it, Drew. If you Google it, you'll see it's a brand new movie. So then now they're doing production movies with 50
Boneyard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Boneyard, my friend. They're doing movies with 50 Cent, Mel Gibson, and Michael J. White. So why are they gonna come to Asia? Right. So the point I'm making, Rican, when I was in Vegas, my career was taking off, and I came here thinking I was gonna be the next action star in Asia, but then they halted that. Drew will tell you how Hollywood is. You can work on a movie for a year and never gets released.
That's true.
Right. I got a theory, OG. If you make it good enough, they gotta fuck with it. If you make it so good, right, that the whole world want it, they gotta give it to them.
Okay, so let's talk about that, because remember when I first met you, you said, "Oh, I do my research." Laura says she doesn't, and we just debated in friendly debate. This is my belief, and I want Drew to be the mediator. I respect what you're saying, but when I was in Hollywood, I learned it's all about not what you know, but who you know. You got to know the right people, man. Right. So I'm not discouraging you, bro. I want you to believe that, but I'm telling you my experience, and I told Drew. The reason I start getting movies because I'm on one movie set, then I meet this producer, then I'm on another. Oh, you want to work here? So it kind of just blew up. But then if you don't really know nobody, man, it's kind of hard, man. Huh, Drew?
I've had that happen, and so I had to get connected because when I started out, I became a member of the Table, which is the film association that they have like in different states. And I was in the main one in Hollywood. And so the Table, when you become a member and they put you on, you go to the secret meetings. And once they go, oh, yes, we do know them. And they invite, then you're in. And they go, now you're available to have access to all the emails. You'll know when people are doing movies. You'll know when people are on set. You'll be able to connect with all of our members from other states. You'll be able to do that. But you had to get connected first. And luckily, I had a guy at church that I met that worked in the industry, was working in it at the time. And he said, hey, are you a Table member? And I said, no, what's the Table? So he told me what it was. He said, you be at Marie Callender's in Sherman Oaks, 6:00. Tell them that we sent you. Here's the invite, and go ahead and go there. And that's how I got in.
Hey, Drew, so what's the proper term? Like, so Rican's got this thought. He's writing this whole screenwrite. He's writing the whole movie
like
thing.
He's writing a screenplay and he's storyboarding.
Yeah, but what's the word called for when you want to send it out to people? It's a short version that just gives them an idea. What's the name of it? You have to send it out to the producers. You say, hey, this is my thought for a movie. What's it called, Drew? It's like a short little. I forget the name of it. Anyway, Rican.
It's not a screenplay, because usually people send out screenplay like a screenplay design of what they want to do.
Yeah.
Or beginning draft script.
Yeah, like that.
Depending on what they want to do.
So, but first, Rican, what you got to do is you have to legally trademark it, because what happens in Hollywood, if you got some heat and you send it out and you are nobody, now they'll steal it and they'll just rename it. Yeah. And ain't nothing you can do because they got lawyers. So first you have to trademark it. And what's the other one?
Copyright the whole thing.
Copyright, yeah. So first you do that.
I've been talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the next one.
That's where we're at right now. It's all
but here's the next one. I don't know how long it's going to take you to put all that together, but I'm going to tell you this. So on my phone now and on my Facebook, I still got producers and directors and managers hit me up. Hey, OG, we got this part for you and this and that, you know, and it's perfect for you. But see, here's the whole thing. I have to fly from the Philippines to Vegas or LA. I have to get my own room and board. I don't get a trailer. I'm not a big time actor, but I work. You understand?
Right.
So it's cost prohibitive because if they pay me $1,000 a day, no, it's not enough money. Even if I work for 3 weeks or a month, no, trust me, bro, my expenses. And now I'm eligible to get my SAG membership, but I didn't pay the 30,000, Drew, or what is it, the 40? What is it?
It should be. Last time I saw, I think it's about $1,000 or less.
My friend, it's more because there's two, Drew. There's one for Vegas.
So I gotta look at the SAG because when I was doing it, it was about 1,000.
Nah, that's a long time ago, bro. Now I think it's like 4,500 for Vegas, and there's another price for LA. But the point I'm making, Rican, if I was to become a SAG member, they would pay me $10,000 a day instead of $1,000 because I'm not SAG. I'm not part. But the point I'm making. When I go back to the United States, which is probably going to be in, let's say, February, because I got to check on my mom. I'm going to visit my mom for the holidays in Pennsylvania, right?
That's why I was
producer. Huh?
I was just living out there. I got family out in Lehigh Valley.
Yeah. So, you know, Trump had his assassination attempt in Pennsylvania.
I know. There's a lot going on with PA right now.
Yeah. PA's no joke, man.
Yeah, I just happen to be in New England, but I grew up out there too. I'm partially from Philly too.
Okay, so you know the whole Eastern Seaboard. So when I go back to America, my producers and my managers is like, hey, come to Vegas, man. Let's shoot a couple movies while you're here. So what I'm saying to you, I'm not trying to promise anything, but what I'm saying is I'm going to find a name, Drew, is something that you submit to producers and directors about the movie you want to do, and they look at it, and if they like it, then they fund it.
Right.
If you have that ready, whatever it's called, I'm a researcher, Drew. There's a name for it. I just don't know the name. If you have that ready, when I get to Vegas, I'm gonna say, hey, I know this dude. He's a playwright, and he got this idea for the Power Ranger, but you got to have it copyrighted and trademarked, my friend.
Yeah.
And then this is his pilot. I don't know what it's called, Drew, but this is to have a look.
Well, he'll need a finalized script that's copyrighted.
Yeah.
So then they can't take it. And then
I can get it done by January. Hell yeah!
And then once that's set up, then you could pass. That would be the time for you to pass those around because it's copywritten, and then you can.
I got a part
because I've got quite a few of them up here from other people when they handed them to me. You know, they would hand me scripts and be like, "Can you work on my movie?"
And all I'm saying is, I know some people that I do movies with. They're working with. Mel Gibson and 50 Cent and Michael J. White. And I can say, hey, I know this guy, man. He's got this idea for new Power Rangers, hardcore, the ninja stuff, this whatever. And hey, would you be willing to take a look at this thing? That's all I can do.
No,
and they like me. No, they like me, dude, because when I play my roles, let me tell you a secret, Rican. They be like, hey, OG, I want you to come running in and be a savage man and beat the fuck out of dude. And I come and they be ready, action. I'm like, motherfucker. And then everybody be like, yeah, that's some good acting. And I'll be like, motherfucker, I'm just being myself.
Yeah. You know how to control it and aim it.
I know how to control it.
War machine.
OG, okay. Here's what it is. So it's $3,000 for intuition fee plus $231.96 as an annual base.
Yeah,
I'll get the paperwork.
That's what they do for the SAG.
Is that Vegas or LA?
This is for United States.
Oh, okay.
So it'd be three. That's what I was thinking. When I was there, it was like close to 2. Now it's about 3.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, that would be my contribution. That would be my contribution to our group here. You know, I don't know as many people as Drew, but I know the people that put me in their movies, and they got millions of dollars. Let me tell you something, Rican, if you don't know this, and you too, Lord, because Drew knows. The money in the movies is from the producer. No, they get more. They get more money than Brad Pitt because they bankroll the movie. And so these are the people I would take your idea and say, hey, this dude's got this thing. I know him. He's a
Yeah.
hardcore. You
I
got
need
some
licensing. That's it.
then
That's it.
they would bankroll it because they make money by investing in the movie. Movies is a business, man. It's a business.
Well, I know what to do. I just need them to listen, and I need the right people. That's all. And
Yeah.
I know I could get it done. I know it. It's meant for me, you know. And Drew and I met for a reason, Laura. Everyone that's part of this community, it's a small community, but it's powerful. So, you know what I mean? That's what this show's about, you know, pushing that forward and seeing what we can do. And the rise of the Ninjetti, the ninjas are back. We're bringing it back to formula. So everyone 30, 40, and 50 can shine and eat off of Power Rangers for the next 10 years because the age gap is perfect. If I make y'all the Mighty Morphin
And then even
Ancient
people
Rangers.
60 like me. I'm 60, bro. Even people 60 like me, I can enjoy
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Throw some armor on. You got a Zord. We could do some shit. We could still get down. Yeah, we'll get. That's what I'm saying. And it's like if you know who you know, we could get it done. But it's like it's very licensed. There's a lot of drama with Power Rangers. They stole from the Green Ranger all the time. The politics got to be right, or they're just gonna rob me blind and turn me upside down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's done. It's done with, like you said. So.
And like I was saying, Laura, I'm not making any promises. All I can do is tell the people, hey, I know this guy, and then I can show them your stuff. But I can't, like Drew said, I can't guarantee they're going to take you on or bankroll your stuff. All I can do is make the introduction, like, hey, I know
I
this
appreciate any noise though. Any noise that it makes is great, you know.
And then we'll see what happens. But more than likely they're gonna look at it because they like me, dude, because I'm crazy. But I don't like I like to under deliver and over promise. I don't like to over promise and under deliver because then, hey man, we Puerto Rican, man. All you got is your word and your balls, Holmes. You don't want to be fucking saying some bullshit to the universe, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Laura, do you live around a lot of Puerto Ricans in Chicago?
Yeah, I knew some. Yeah, always. They were always good to me. I mean, I don't have problems with anybody. You know,
Well,
I try to get along with everybody. You know, I try and love everyone. You know.
No, I can tell you got good energy, man. That's good.
Can I ask you something? Can I
Yeah.
ask you something? How did you get into martial arts?
Good
Well, like I
question.
said, when I was a kid, I'm going to tell you the truth here. So I was 5 years old, and my father went to prison. My father and his two brothers in New York, and then we moved to Philly. And so my one uncle comes out of prison. He's all big. I was 7 years old. He's big, and he's like, "Hey, your dad won't be home for a while, but he wants you to start doing martial arts." And so then I think when I was don't misquote me. I think when I was 10 years old, so I was doing martial arts I was reading books. But when 10 years old, Enter the Dragon came out. And we went to the theater for like $1, Rican, whatever it was back east. And back then you could stay in a movie theater all day.
Mm-hmm.
So we watching Enter the Dragon. We just watching it over and over and over. And we already reading karate books. So then we just start practicing. And then Rican will tell you, growing up back east, unfortunately, you're getting a lot of street fights going to school, coming home. It's just the culture. So I got the perfect fighting.
Yeah.
Right? I got the perfected. So then I started taking Taekwondo and karate, because they didn't have Kung Fu where I was at. And I just kept going, because what I learned, and I try to share this with you, Laura, when you know how to protect yourself, man, you're confident going anywhere. Because you feel like, hey, whatever happened, I can handle myself, right? So I just kept practicing martial arts and fighting. And unfortunately, I loved it. So I just stuck with it. And plus, it's a very healthy lifestyle. You'll see when you start punching and kicking, it's good cardio and it's good flexibility.
Yeah.
No, OG, tell them the long version because we got to get to judo. We got to get to the Gracies and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. We got to get to Commando Krav Maga, top instructor for Commando Krav Maga, Russian Sistema. We got to get to that. We got to get to Hapkido.
Right? I'm doing the Screamer. That's why I got my
the Screamer.
And it's true what you say. My dad said the same thing to me. He used to fight on the way to school all the time. His own gangs, his own people. So martial arts was his way off the street. So I got in love with the culture because it was Bruce Lee and Star Wars all the time. And he was always in martial art. He was a Sea Cadet from Brooklyn. So my dad was the nerd. He kind of stood out of the street because, you know, his brother got caught in it, and he, you know what I mean, moved us to Jersey. It was always fleeting from him, running from that. So martial arts was a way to kind of keep us where we needed to be. So that's why my honor was.
That's what I like, Ricky, because he's got real life experiences from growing up back east, and it's the lineage from his dad. And so I wanted to pick up on this the next time we meet, because I got my 30-minute cutoff, guys. Unfortunately,
yeah, definitely.
So next time we talk, I'm gonna answer Laura's question, and Drew will go into my history of martial arts, and then talking to Rican about the street fights daily, going to school, coming home, and how to hone my skills. So when you guys want to meet again, or you want to talk offline about when you want to meet again and then do this thing?
Just send you and Drew the schedule. Whatever works for you, we'll make it happen for us. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate it. I know we barely scratched the surface of where these could go or what we could get. So I'm down. You just let me know when you're free. And Drew, I'm on go, you know?
When do you think, Drew, we can have him back?
Anytime he's free, we can bring him back. Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, so we can fit
this is a
along
new show,
there.
new season, so we got open schedule. OG, you can come wherever you want. You know.
What's your schedule like?
Yeah, if it was up to me, guys, I like to do it weekly. So I did it today is Wednesday for me, because me and Drew got some other stuff going on. But I really like to do Fridays, and the reason being is, Friday, my week's pretty much ran down. I did all my martial arts. I'm winding down. I'm preparing for the weekend. I normally go watch some fights or whatever, but Friday's a good day for me, like about this time, because it's pretty much open. I'm not training. I've got my training in for the week. I'm going to get ready to do some fights on Saturday, Sunday. Mm-hmm. And so if we can do Friday this time, like the 7:30 time,
sure,
my time, 5:30 your time.
Absolutely. I have to submit a show every Friday too, so that's
I think we can all work that out. Yeah.
The only thing I asked if Rico's the moderator or the host, let's have a structure, man. Like the things we want to cover. I don't mind free flowing, but you know, an hour goes fast, guys, and I want to make sure we give good information to the people. So maybe we could script out, like Rico was saying, yeah, my dad grew up and he was doing, you know, Star Wars and martial arts and fighting every day. And then I can segue into my judo and jiu-jitsu and Krav Maga system and all that. And because it's going to take more than 1 hour to go into. Now, the reason why, Rican, this is why, man. Let me tell you this really quick. Mm-hmm. So when I was doing Taekwondo and karate and boxing, that's stand-up, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
When I moved to Philly, man, a lot of dudes in Philly, they like to play football, American football. They're big white dudes, black dudes, you know. So I got into a fight with this one dude, and he did an upjack. I don't know if you know what that is. He basically tackled me and swept me to the ground and pounded me. And then that's when I realized, wow, I need to be able to wrestle. So see, there's an evolution when you street fight from reality, how you have to evolve your skills. So I want to talk more about that, how my martial arts evolved, because I noticed when I lose fights, I rewinded, okay, how can I not lose this fight? Because in back east, Laura fighting is life or death. So I was like, how can I not lose this fight? And then I started getting more skills. So I would like to talk about that kind of stuff, along with the Power Ranger stuff.
Okay.
We'll talk, we'll email, we'll definitely, we got some structure and some stuff coming up.
I would love to have you back.
So, hell yeah. And we can bring Laura back, everyone back, and they can all lead their own segment with you if you want. If it's going to be a recurring thing, you can kind of guide us through all of that. I'm down, bro.
I like having Laura here. Here's why, man. Like, you know, I love America, dude. And this is not a political statement, but I believe in feminism, but they taking it too far, man. Feminism used to be about equal rights, but now if you really look at feminism, it's about women dominating men. So I like to have Laura on these weekly podcasts, because Laura's intelligent, she's loving, she's caring, she's feminine, and she can give a different perspective on what we're talking about, and we can feature larger
audience. On the show, she's on the show.
Yeah, dude, it's important for women to learn martial arts and to be empowered and to learn weapons and all this stuff, so she can give like a feminine perspective, you know.
Yeah, it's important. The formula works. Me and Drew just chopped up about that, so I'm glad to be kind of hammering that in, because I told Drew, he brought Laura to the table, and I'm like, dude, we need that woman. We need our Yellow Ranger. Let's do it. And she did, bro. So you know what I mean. It's a shame you didn't meet Angel too. He's like our 6th Ranger, but we got a good squad. We got a good squad. So we definitely can keep working and get right. Juice perfect with the scheduling and the communication. That's our Yoda, bro. We're the Jedi Council.
Awesome. Yeah.
The big dog. You know what I'm saying? When you come around, it's like Mace Windu, man.
Yeah, so. But what's funny, Laura, this is my first time meeting Rican. And man, me and Dude got the very similar philosophies on life. I think it's maybe an East Coast Puerto Rican thing. I don't know, but man, me and Dude, we like
it's in the blood.
We like synced in, man. It's crazy, man.
Anytime,
it's crazy, man.
Anytime,
right,
bro.
So I gotta go, guys, because I gotta help my girl. But hey, man, so hey, Drew, just email me, man, for next Friday, not this Friday, next Friday, the link, and I'll click it, and we get it going. But hey, it was nice talking to you guys, man.
Thank you, OG. It was a pleasure, bro.
Bye.
Take care.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. It was a great show.
Yeah.
This is Knights of the Dragon signing out. Drew Danger out, Rican out, and Laura out. Thank you so much.
Okay.